Let's go. Moving silent, feel the violence, the excitement, I know the assignment. I'm taking over, I'm sick of mediocre. I'll be the closer, I got a different motor. I got a mission to win it, some ammunition to get it. Don't need permission to finish, got an addiction that's gripping. Got some convictions I'm living, once I'm committed, I'm in it. Got a prediction, I'm winning, They're the pure bloods, I'm the hybrid. The hate change, so they try to push and fight it. I stay steady, yeah, I've always been defiant. Up against the beast, yeah, I'm up against a giant. But now I'm gunning for their heads, and I will die with no regrets. This needs to come to an end, I'm seeing all red. And now the king is dead. And now the king is dead. And now the king is dead. Welcome to the new regime. We do what we want, yeah, we do anything. Took everything to extreme, cause we were suppressed when we had big dreams. Yeah, it's a new machine, all our energy coming from caffeine. No pain, morphine, this our world now, we the kings and queens. They're the pure bloods, I'm the hybrid. The hate change, so they try to push and fight it. I stay steady, yeah, I've always been defiant. Up against the beast, yeah, I'm up against a giant. But now I'm gunning for their heads, and I will die with no regrets. This needs to come to an end, I'm seeing all red. And now the king is dead. And now the king is dead. And now the king is dead. You can't stop me, I'm a problem. I can feel my adrenaline calling. Blood pumps as my form starts evolving. Better watch out or I'll put you in a coffin. You can't stop me, I'm a problem. I can feel my adrenaline calling. Blood pumps as my form starts evolving. Better watch out or I'll put you in a coffin. You can't stop me, I'm a problem. I can feel my adrenaline calling. Blood pumps as my form starts evolving. Better watch out or I'll put you in a coffin. You can't stop me, I'm a problem. I can feel my adrenaline calling. Blood pumps as my form starts evolving. Better watch out or I'll put you in a coffin. Inside of me, you better watch out if you ignite me. A road ahead of full prophecy to be the greatest beast the world has ever seen. I feed him every day like the bones clean. I feed him all the hate and he grows me. And he gets claws real big, pissed off quick. And if you cross him, you might drop dead. Metaphorically, of course, settling the sword. Never getting bored, loves the blood and gore. Always wanting more, feeding from the source. They don't really understand until they feel the force of hearted. If you start shit, you'll be heartless in the darkness. Torn apart quick, you left scars ripped. You'll be chewed up and discarded. And this world ain't right, won't accept it. Negative energy, I expect it. Once it's in your mind, it's infectious. So fight for your life and reject it. You better give me space, I'm protective. My adrenaline spikes when I'm threatened. And if you stay in my way, I'm aggressive. Cause when there's no legs, it'll kill when I'm desperate. Pressure, it's stormy weather, lightning, thunder, pouring weather. Yo, I'm a go-getter, Try to do it like me, but I do it better. I got a mind that's clever. The beast inside is competitive as ever. I'm conscious, my subconscious, an accomplice to me. I promise the darkness I can honest believe. But don't cross me, I might lose control of the lost beast. Lost away inside with the key control by fight or flight. And this world ain't right, won't accept it. Negative energy, I expect it. Once it's in your mind, it's infectious. So fight for your life and reject it. You better give me space, I'm protective. My adrenaline spikes when I'm threatened. And if you stay in my way, I'm aggressive. Cause when there's no exit, I'll kill when I'm desperate. Yeah. Please tell me that I can't, that I won't, that I fail, that I'll never make it out, yeah. Please tell me all the bad, never good, fill my head full of every single doubt, yeah. Please say any negative thoughts, I pop off when I hear people say I cannot. I get off to the thought of proving everyone wrong, I won't stop to the top, so you better back off and get lost. I'ma stay loud, stay proud, never running out, never heading south. I'll be spreading out, call it word of mouth, can't put me down, I'll be getting loud. You can have your doubts, not what I'm about, have your fucking cloud. It be raining now, I keep making sound, go another round, bitch I'm legend bound, can't stop me now. You don't wanna fuck with me, a slow burn like a disease. Just tell me that I can and show you things that you couldn't believe. Just tell me that I can. 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 Anything negative, cause I just wanna hear it out your mouth, yeah. Give me fuel, it's a tool that I use to go ahead and run my fucking mouth, yeah. I take shots, I take loss, I make shots, I miss lots. I tell you get big box, you get yachts, you swing lots and pop off a big shot. I ain't done chasing, got big dreams, bigger things, impatient. Who's at the top think they need replacement? Who's at the top think I'm gonna erase them? Face it, I don't give up quick, I don't give up shit, I won't give up this. Cause I know that I want it, know that I'm on it, I'll make it, I promise. You don't wanna fuck with me, a slow burn like a disease. Just tell me that I can and show you things that you couldn't believe. Just tell me that I can. Just tell me that I can. Just tell me that I can. Just tell me that I can.
Hey, yo, everybody. Welcome to the Late Show, episode number 53. Bass, how you doing?
What's going on? You lucky you called me when you did, dude. I was just about to fall asleep.
Motherfucker, you just called me 45 minutes ago. I told you I took a nap earlier. I've been up cleaning and running around and shit all day. So it took me a little bit, man. It took
Yeah.
me a little time. Plus, you know me, I gotta smoke me a bowl before I get on the air. You know what I mean? So sorry for the loud clap, everybody. Welcome to the Late Show. Let me do that again. Welcome to the Late Show, episode number 53. And we're gonna do roll call. What's going on? So who we got up in here? We got Bass, Mr. Blue. Oh no, shit! I said Bass already. Fuck you, guy. Blues and G music. Larry Candace, Bear, Illumina. How you doing? Bama, Scorpion, Mr. G, Mr. Arlene. It's Caitlin Leah, Illuminat. Did I say Illuminat? I might not have. Oh, well, if it didn't. Donnie Cho says stuff. I still love that name, dude. That shit's. I love that name. Bama, what's going on? Who else we got up in here? Chica, how you doing? Scroll through. If I'm missing anybody, I do apologize. You know, I try to get you all. Let's see who's missing. Oh, Destiny, what's going on? Yep, I think that Mr. Chuck Pointer, how you doing? Hound Dog. Let's see. I think that's all I got for right now. Yeah, that's all I got for right now. So yeah, if you Bass, do I sound like do I sound echoey or anything like that? I'm trying out a different head. I'm just trying out some earbuds instead of using an actual headset.
Nah, it sounds all right.
All right, cool. About to smash. Hold on, Bama said he about to smash some White Castle. You better be. Hold on, get my chat up in here. Where is it? About to smash them. You better watch that shit with that White Castle, man. You eat enough of them things, your stomach is going to erupt, brother. Erupt. All right, stop.
But you know what? Sometimes it's worth it. Them damn little burgers are so good.
Listen.
I can knock out a whole briefcase easy.
Shit. Every once in a while, when we go down to the Palisades, we go down and we stop at White Castle, and believe me, I can knock out a 40 case by myself. I regret it the next day, the day after that, and the day after that. But the shit's but it's worth it. But it's really good.
I think they closed that White Castle.
Get the fuck out of here! Really? That's like the only. Where's the next one? In like fucking Queens?
Yeah,
dude, that sucks. No. I know there's the one in near the Palisades. Then there's another one when you're heading towards Newark. Yeah. The reason I know there's one when you're heading towards Newark is because one night I went to a Monday Night Raw and SmackDown taping, and we stopped at the one like heading towards Newark or whatever, or Continental Airlines Arena, wherever the fuck that was. And the reason it stands out to me is, right, we walk in there and you could tell there's all these people were in there from from Monday Night Raw and shit. They just decided to leave early. So there's like maybe 60 people in this fucking White Castle, right? And we get our order, we sit down and we start eating and shit. And then the table next to us is like 4 dudes and like 1 chick. So we're like, yo, what's going on with this, right? Oh, it's not on repeat. There we go. Sorry. But so we're like, yo, what's going on with this? So they start taking the this music has no happy median in its headset. So they take you know how the White Castles come in that little cardboard slider fucking thing. So they take them and they put them on. They take the empty cases and put them on the floor, and they start just stacking them shits. Stacking them, and they must have had like 3 or 4 stacks on there, right? And they got these shits to at least 8 feet tall, right? And they kept going, and then by the time they got them to 8 feet tall, tons of other people were walking in from the wrestling show, and they see this shit, and everybody's like, yeah, yo, keep going. So I tossed them a couple of my fucking cardboard box things, and then I'm surveying it, right? Watching all these people rooting these like four random ass dudes and this chick on at this table, and I look off in the corner, and there's a damn Elvis impersonator.
He just broke up. Yo. Yeah, he's probably about to get booted off the own show. Yo, what's going on, Will Cut? Hold on a second. Hold on a second. Copy. Yo, Will Cut, I'm about to. Yeah, he definitely just got booted out. All right. Gotta reset that connection, that kid. Hold on. Welcome. I'll send you a link. Okay. Yo, Dave, I just sent you one. So, everybody, how is everybody doing? How was your weekend? How was your week? You ready to give some candy out to these little trick or treaters running around? Chuck, I'm all right. Other than the weather being 70, what, almost 80 degrees like the last 3 days, then it just dropped down to all of a sudden 47 degrees. Like, that shit was ridiculous, man. It's fucking freezing outside today. It's gonna be like that for the rest of the week. Never fails. Anytime I have a day off, it's always shitty outside. Who's that?
All right, my bad. I guess they didn't like me talking. I guess they didn't like me talking about Elvis. Dude, why? There's no damn hat. Let me turn this shit down.
That's because Elvis was an alien.
But where the hell did I get cut off at?
The Elvis look-alike in the corner of White Castle while the people were stacking the boxes.
Oh yeah, okay. So they all right. So the Elvis looked like sitting there. He's tapping his foot, looking at this whole shit, enjoying the whole scene, right? And then like they get it to about 9 feet tall, and then it like falls over and shit. And then the whole restaurant's like, oh man. And we got our food. We ate the rest of our food and got the hell out of there because there was too many people for me. But it was interesting. It was an interesting White Castle experience. But yeah, you go ahead and knock out those White Castles and get that bubble gut, that old rot, that old what are they called, gut rot. Live and
Yeah,
learn.
but I'd
Listen,
rather eat them from an actual White Castle than get them in them freaking burgers that you get them
I
in the ones that you get frozen in like Walmart or some dumb shit like
listen.
that. I'd rather
I
actually get
I
a fresh briefcase.
I have never and would never buy frozen fucking White Castle burgers. You're just asking for fucking stomach cancer or something like that. Do that shit. Uh, I would yo, Stacy. We just being random tonight. That's all it is. You know how we roll. Because hey, like being random. But I do want to run this by you guys because all you guys are pretty fucking chill, and I like all of you. So I'm thinking about. We're thinking. I've ran this by Bass, and for see, we're right now we're in season 2 of the Late Show. Right, we're in season 2, episode 53. I just stopped saying 50. Just stopped saying season 2. So for season number 3. I want to start doing something, ladies and gentlemen. Let me tell you a little bit about my idea, and if you would enjoy it. So, on the Late Show, like this, every once in a while, I want to start bringing on paranormal researchers, people from the paranormal field, right? But hear me out about this. We're not going to talk paranormal. No, it may come up, it may not come up. Who cares? But I want to start running the Late Show like the act like an actual fucking lake show. Like we bring on a paranormal investigator. Say we bring on like Kenny Irish or somebody like that. You know what I mean? We all know they're paranormal investigators, right? But what else do we know about these guys, yo? Do we know what do these people? What, the movies they're Willie Cut, the williest of cuts. What's going on, bro?
Waking the fuck up.
But like bring on paranormal researchers stuff. But we don't want to talk about the paranormal stuff because I'm sure these guys get tired of, yo, can you come on the show and talk about cryptids? Come on the show and talk about paranormal. Blah, 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 blah. No, and come over here. Then come over. I want to start having these people come over here, right? Because this is motherfucking Switzerland over here. I want to start having these people come over here, and we're gonna start doing like actual late show shit. Like, yo, talk about, all right, so how old are you? Blah blah. Find out. All right, so boom, late '90s, early 2000s, Monday Night Wars. Who were you with? WCW or WWE? What your shit like that? What's your favorite movies? What kind of hobbies do you have? What do you do in your spare time? Do you collect comic books? Do you play fucking video games? You got action figures in the back like I do? That type of shit. Like, what's your favorite movie, favorite comedy, and stuff like that? Because I'm sure all these people get tired of talking about the paranormal all the damn time, and you know what I mean? Because right now in the paranormal field, as you all know, there's a lot of bullshit going on. So I want to start interjecting that in there, and maybe this could be like a meeting point for everybody where you can come in and shoot the shit. You know what I mean? So let me know, what do you guys think? Bringing on people from the paranormal and cryptid world, and or even horror narrators. Like, I would love to get the dude Nature's Temper on, Doctor Creepin, Dead Man Talking, like all those guys, the creepy pasta dudes. Get them on here, like find out what the influence for them was like growing up as a kid, why they got into the creepy pastas, what movies and shit were they into. I think W. I think I think a lot of people. I think that's nobody's doing that shit because everybody's in their little camps and everything like that in the paranormal world. Fuck being in camps, right? Fuck that shit. Come over here. We don't talk. We don't talk everything but paranormal because it seems like paranormal seems to be a fucking strife with people right now. So when everybody, paranormal researchers, come on over here. We're gonna shoot the shit about movies and everything else like that. We're gonna find out about the real you and not just the paranormal you. I don't know. What do you guys think? You guys think that sound like a good? Would you guys watch a episode like that? We
Hell yeah.
brought on a paranormal investigator and just didn't talk paranormal shit. I mean, it may come up because everybody knows the paranormal is part of fucking pop culture right now. It's huge in pop culture right now. So it may come up, it may not come up, but that will not be the focus of that episode. The focus of the episode will be getting to know what they want, what they do outside of the paranormal.
Who's your top 5 wrestling mic guys?
Yeah, who's top 5 guys on the mic for wrestling? You know what I mean? What horror movies did you watch as a kid? What horror movie scared you the most as a kid? I'll tell you what mine was. It was fucking Candyman. You know what I mean? Like, I'm sure, like, I would love to start having these people come on and do stuff like that, just to get everybody's mind off the paranormal shit, because the paranormal shit seems to be called paranormal, and the cryptids and every UAPs and everything like that. It seems to be causing a lot of strife and consternation around in everybody and shit. So why not come over and just shoot shit about some movies and comic books and whatnot? Because you can obviously see behind me, I am pop cultured out, ladies and gentlemen. You know what I mean? I got a million questions. If we can bring them on here, I got a million questions for them with pop culture. I would love to start doing that stuff. And for season 3 of the Late Show, I want to start doing that every once in a while, bringing on a paranormal investigator.
Dude, the best Halloween outfit I've seen today was Myles Garrett from the Cleveland Browns. He came in dressed as the Creeper. I'm shit you not, right? Dude. He came walking in as a Creeper, and I shit you not, somebody was like, "Oh hell no."
Dude. Being that it's Halloween, yes, we're gonna talk about scary movies and shit tonight, things that go bump in the night. I've said this before. All right, I'm gonna say it again. The Don't watch that new Jeepers Creepers shit. Don't do it. Not worth it.
No.
But the original
If you want to punish yourself, watch the new one.
the original 3 iterations of the Jeepers Creeper, of the Creeper, in my honest opinion, there's not really many creatures or slashers in recent history that can join the pantheon of Chucky, fucking Michael Myers, Freddy Krueger, Jason, Leatherface. The Creeper can, though. I think the Creeper can join it because the Creeper has a cult following. People love the first Jeepers Creepers movie. Second,
He freeze up again.
He needs to put more down quarters in that damn bed massager you got from Best Western.
He froze up again. Yeah, the first Jeepers Creepers. Yeah, that was a good movie. Like when was it? A few years ago, there was a meme that came out. Right, I guess it was somebody like they were looking in their rearview mirror and they had somebody behind them driving like an old beat up truck with like the creeper mask on, and it said, "That better not be who I think it is." Yeah, dude, because the guy Miles Garrett, right? Big dude. He's probably like 6'4", 265, 270. He's a big dude. Dude, he walked in wearing the full creeper outfit. He didn't have the hat on. He just had like the mask on. And I dead ass serious. Somebody said, "Oh hell no!" I was like that's probably the best one. That's probably the best one I've seen today.
Somebody gonna fuck around and find out when he fucking busts loose on them.
What was it? Yeah, because like every year, like the players from the NFL, like they come into the games like the Sunday before for this Halloween or whatever. They come in dressed up. In the last couple of years, Myles Garrett has won it.
So he getting it professionally done to win it?
Not dude, dude. He just had the outfit. He had the outfit, the boots, and he had the mask. But the mask was so realistic.
Spectrum. Oh, we're gonna pump the brakes for a second here. Listen, Spectrum, you crooked motherfuckers, stop messing with my internet. All right, you guys suck. You shouldn't even be in New York anyway. Sorry, had to vent for a second.
Yeah, they got a monopoly on there. Right?
Fuck Spectrum. All right. Yeah. Yep. Jeepers Creepers. That where the fuck did I get cut off? Again, for the third time. I was talking about the Creeper, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So, like I said, the first movie with Jeepers Creepers really did it for me. And what really did it, they should have left it in the damn movie. It was a deleted scene where the Creeper actually talked. That was the creepiest shit in that movie. They should have left that scene in that movie. But yeah, the Creeper. Another one. I'm sure you guys.
There he goes again. See, look at you talking shit about Spectrum. Look at you. Back out, reset your internet.
Yep, gonna have to.
Now, I think one of the scariest movies I've ever seen was, well, my older brother, he was like 11 years older than us. So he was watching like movies like Freddy Krueger and all that shit when we were young. The first Nightmare on Elm Street, where the worst scene was when freaking Johnny Depp got sucked into the damn bed.
Yeah, that's the first one, wasn't it?
Yep,
Yep.
that was one of my earliest scares. Then the second one was my dad watching. I know it's horseshit now, but when it came out, I was little. Rawhead Rex. You ever see that?
Nope.
Oh man, you gotta watch that shit. It's cheesy now, but if you watch it, think about watching it being a 5-year-old kid.
In other words, looking at. Now, why do you call him Rawhead?
Dude, I don't know. That was just the name of the movie, Rawhead Rex. He looked like Oh, we talked about him before. We showed pictures of him. All right, picture. What can I say? Picture a What's the Bigfoots with the snout?
Oh, crap.
Like a little bit of a muzzle. Janasqua? Is it Janasqua?
Not Janasqua.
Well, picture one of those things. Yeah, Gugway. Picture one of those things, absolutely bald. Like no hair.
Dude,
just on top of his head that looks like a mohawk.
Doing the stream for 30 fucking minutes. I've only been in the stream for 10 minutes. Stop fucking with my internet. Sorry, everybody. I'm about to start spazzing right now. Jesus Christ. No, I don't mean to be blasphemous, but shit. All right.
Back on reset shit.
Sorry for losing. What? Sorry for losing cool. Shit is about to getting fucking annoying. Time or start talking. So maybe I'll just be quiet for a minute and let you guys talk. Let's see what the fuck happens. Because obviously they don't like my opinionated ass.
Did they ever call you and ask you for an update to your service, a new program?
No, Spectrum, no. No, they're fucking crooked anyway. All you know what they do around here? They give you a certain rate for a year, right? So say you got internet and phone for like a year, right? And then after that year, they don't tell you this, but they increase your bill, and they increase your bill periodically every single month, don't they, Bass? At one point, my shit went from $120 to it was like $2 and change. I'm like, what the fuck's going on here? So I ended it, and I was like, yo, we don't watch cable anyway, right? So I was like, yo, just give me the internet and the phone. We don't need cable. But they're crooked as shit anyway.
That's all now, I have the internet and cable, right? Dude, I just paid $275 and change.
That shit is ridiculous. Illuminati, all the goons are sleeping, dude. They're not using their Xboxes. So it's just Spectrum being a bunch of ragamuffins.
They're basically doing like what Dish, DirecTV do.
Yeah, develop a monopoly that way, because there ain't nothing else around here except Dish. You know what I mean? So you either go through Spectrum, or you ain't got shit. So like, but they were forced. They're supposed to be getting out of New York any damn way because they were trying to monopolize some wild shit like that. They suck. I remember they had the station Destination America right before they changed it to Destination Unknown or whatever the hell it's called now.
Travel Channel.
Yeah. But you had to pay extra to have that channel, right? So I paid a little bit of extra for the channel. And then they fucked around and fucked around with the packages, changed that to a different package, and made you they wanted you to pay more for that. I'm like, you guys are bugging. You guys are crooked as shit. Um, I still have like some of their cable boxes sitting deep in one of these closets. Like, you guys suck. You really do. And you can quote me on that spectrum. All right, back to horror. So, hey, what do you guys plan on doing for this Halloween? I got to take the goons out. Bash, you're off, right?
Yep.
Yeah, hold up.
Yep.
I'll probably be driving, so nothing.
I don't plan on doing shit.
No, I took off from the second job because it's the kids trick or treating. But I don't want to go. I don't want to go to where we normally go. But like, I took them to a trunk or treat the other day, which it was pretty cool. Like, it was a big one in our town, and there was a lot of people there. But I was trying to explain to my kids. I'm like, yo, listen, the little rinky dink numbers you guys be doing now, yo. I used to blow that shit out the water, homie. You remember that, Baz? We used to go out with pillowcases. Come home with a pillowcase full, dump it out, and then go back out for round two. By the time it was all said and done, you could walk. You had shit. You know those big body pillows. You could fill up a body pillow with all the candy we had, right? And then, not to mention, if you hit certain spots, some of them people just didn't like giving out candy, so they would give you out dollar bills. Shit was awesome.
Nice.
Now when I go out with my kids, they're done. They're done and they want to go home after like an hour and a half. I'm like, what?
Oh no.
Yo, yeah. I'm like, what, dude? We used to be out until you couldn't fucking trick until people stopped saying, yo, stop coming to my door.
Yeah.
Like, shit, you guys have no endurance, no stamina for this shit. And then another thing that kills me is the during Halloween, the parents that stay in the car when their kids are walking around. Get your ass out of the car and walk around with your kids. You know what I mean? That, because if you get out of the car and you walk around with your kids, you can almost make sure and almost protect them from getting hit by some other random person driving their car around waiting for their kids. But hey,
Little ones.
yeah, like she's let me see what Caitlin Lee has put up on the screen there. We did our trick or treating last night. My kids' motto is is time is candy. Then they come home, dump their candy out, and trade. I like that motto, time is candy. I like that one. But yeah, like fucking earlier, the 8-year-old comes down complaining that the 5-year-old just ate all his Butterfingers and shit. I'm like, come on, guys, get it together. Like, you guys stop doing. You all went to the same spot. You all have the same candy. Why? Just stop. Parents just aren't involved with their kids anymore. Chuck, I agree with that. A lot of parents just set their kids on autopilot and let them do what they want to do nowadays, and that's why we have a lot of fucking goons and goonettes walking around
And
nowadays.
NPCs.
Yep,
Yeah.
goons, goonettes, and NPCs. I just coined that term, goonettes. You heard that here first, ladies and gentlemen. But and NPCs. Like, these kids, like a lot of these damn kids are just unruly. Like, don't get me wrong. Like, I egged my cars back in the day. Bass, we did that. I mean, shit. What? When I was 13, I looked like I was 17. I could go in and buy eggs and shit. Because back then they wouldn't. If you looked under a certain age, they wouldn't sell them to you. Yeah, when I was 14, I looked like I was 17. Had full on mustache and shit. I went and bought me Bass and Burger and bought a few dozen eggs over there. And just walked up some side streets and just bow, 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 bow. egging the shit out of things. But I think every kid does that nowadays. Oh well, people in our age group do it. I don't know what these kids nowadays do. They just steal, like, what do? They steal fucking catalytic converters and stuff like that now, right? Fucking absolute fucking criminals.
Worried about rolling yards, orchid yards.
Toilet paper roll. See, I never did the toilet paper roll joint.
Oh, that was so much fun.
Yeah, I never did it. I've always saw in the movies and always like was always like, yo, I would do that shit to fuck with somebody. Yo, Bass, we should have did it to Miss Newman. That's who we should have did that to. But I think she lived out in like Jeff or some shit like that. I think. But yeah, when I say that we should have TP'd this teacher's house, ladies and gentlemen. That's I don't know if I've ever told you that, but that's the teacher who accused me of stealing her purse when I was in ninth grade. And she found out that I didn't steal her purse when I was in ninth grade. So every day from ninth grade till I was a senior, every day now when I tell you this, every day, 5 days a week for 4 years, when I saw her, all I said was fuck you. I said fuck you every time I said it. And she couldn't say she wasn't gonna send me to the principal's office or anything like that because she felt guilty because she accused me of fucking stealing her purse. So yeah, she got fuck you every day. Every day. Couldn't say nothing about it. And then I think me and Bass made her retire because our senior year she had us in the class together.
Yeah.
And that shit just didn't end well for her.
Yeah, she pissed me off one day, and she had on all these pastel colors. I'm like, look at you looking like a confused Power Ranger. Oh, she got pissed off about that one.
Yeah, she was hot that day. She was hot. But yo, listen, that's what you get for accusing people and shit, man. Like I went to the bath, like when you're in high school and fucking if you were in high school in like the late '90s, early 2000s, you know how it went. You had the fucking people in the bathroom smoking and shit like that, acting like they weren't smoking. Well, I just happened to walk into a bathroom and I heard some rustling going on in the fucking stall. Didn't think anything of it because fucking kids go in there and smoke. Walk out. Like an hour later, I get called down to the principal's office. I'm like, "Yo, what's going on? Can we check your book bag?" I'm like, "Yeah, sure." What? I'm like, "Yeah, sure. We can."
And there he goes again. So where they got you at tonight, Dave?
Man, I'm at my sister's house.
So you're at your sister's?
Oh yeah. Took a little trip last night and met up with Titan.
Which Titan? Typhon?
Yeah.
All right. That's cool. What you guys get into, if you don't mind telling?
Oh, we went to his old home place where he had all his weird encounters. Bad thing was it was raining like a son of a bitch. So I got my truck new, really muddy. Well, not really muddy, but muddy.
Yeah, see anything, experience anything out there?
There's one thing that was weird. You ever talk to him?
I think he was supposed to come on the show. I'm not sure.
Well, there's this one tale he had about silo. Well, we got the thermal out, checking around, and last night you could see that grain silo.
Oh yeah, it was super bright out last
in
night.
the dark. But when you took the thermal on it, it looked like something was on top of the damn silo, bobbing its head back and forth.
How tall is a silo?
It's a 20-footer. Well, 25 when you add the pitched roof. It was real weird. Of course, the rain and everything was screwing with the damn thermal. But it looked like someone was sitting up there on top of the silo, moving his head left and right. But take the thermal down, didn't see it.
Yo, I'll be back in 2 seconds. I'm about to go check this fucking router.
All right. Gonna have to go
Could you get a guesstimate about how big it could have been?
big.
Could you make out any features?
At one time, it looked like it had its. Because the distance, it was a good 75 yards away from the road, 75 to 100. Say, yeah, it's pretty big through the thermal.
Now, can you take video with this thermal, or is it just like?
Oh, yeah.
Look, did you record it?
No,
Mm.
there was no heat signature, nothing to it. Because you could just what's the best way to explain it? Okay, when you look at a 2-story house and you know how some of the on the second story, the rooms have that window that come up from the roof.
Mm-hmm.
That's the way the roof kind of looked like, but it was bulky, and it looked like it was just sticking its head out of that supposed window, but there's nothing like that to it. I couldn't tell if it was wind picking up part of that sheet metal when you're flapping it, or what.
Hmm.
But it had the same temperature as the silo. It was really hard to see, even through the thermal silo. But when you saw it, it's hard to explain. Everything else looked fine, just that off. Talking about you, Titan.
Oh, wait a second. He's in here?
Yep, he's in here.
Oh, there you go. Huh. All right, so what was the distance from where you were at to where you seen this thing on top of the silo?
Let's say about 200 feet. Because we was out on the road.
You said 200 feet?
Yeah, from where we were at. 200, 250 feet.
Hmm.
And after what he said, where the snakes were, we wasn't getting out in there.
All right. So what are you guys talking about for like the eighth
So
fucking time?
3. So basically closer than a football field.
Yeah.
Closer. Huh. Oh no, woke up and checked Typhon last night.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. And they caught something on top of a silo swaying back and forth through the thermal.
Where's the footage, man?
Oh, we're going to have to go back when it ain't fucking pouring down rain.
How big was it? Did it look big?
Oh, it was big.
Where was this at again?
It was up in northeast Arkansas.
What's out in Arkansas? What's out in Arkansas?
A lot of.
No, I know that. Speaking of creepy, while we're speaking of that, how creepy would that be if you actually heard that shit when you were in the woods? Would you get have all you guys seen Deliverance? Would you get flashbacks of Deliverance? You got a pretty mouth.
Myself squealing like a pig.
Yeah, pretty mouth. I've gotten. I would have got suspended if my grandmother hadn't lied for me. But I wonder if it was one of those manted things. Interesting. You know, me and the other day, me and John Bell were talking for like 2.5 hours, and we started talking about the secret space program and the topic of these insectoid beings came up, and we began talking about it, and we began talking about some of the people who were some of the people who claim to have been part of the space program, and some of them guys I take with a grain of salt. And I was mentioning it. I was talking about a few of them with John, and he said the one that sticks out to him the most is the dude Tony. What the fuck is his name? Not Tony Gonzalez. What the hell? I can't think of his last name. But the one who talks about how he was put into a slave program in there and shit. Like we deep dove for like 2.5 hours on the phone about the secret space program, and one day soon I would love to have Mr. Bell on to talk about the secret space program. And I think that should be pretty cool. All right. So why are you guys being quiet?
Fucking tired.
Trying to wake up.
Well, wake up, because I got to step away from the mic for a minute again because my stomach's fucked up. I'll be back.
Oh my god.
What is it, farting and screwing up the internet so bad?
Probably, man. All right. All right. So property or
yeah, this is out in the middle of a bunch of old rice paddy field type place. Now the house, it's about 20 yards from the road, and it's all grown up now because nobody's living there. And you go up and 100 feet, and you go by a little tree line, and you can see silo. Now about what was it, about a mile away, Titan, where that new wildlife management area is. And see, the story with Titan is he heard something jump off that silo one night, and it sounded like it scraped claws going down it. Trying to find. The only thing I could think of to do that would be a dog man. Because the way it popping its head out there and looking, it looked like it looked. It's like looking to the east of us. It looked like it had made it look like it had a snap. it was so hard to tell with short and thermal. It was just weird because take thermal down, look, you see the outline of the silo, perfect. You don't see that obstruction or nothing. Look to the thermal, you see. But even he said that night when he saw that, whatever it was, or heard it jump up off that silo and scrape down the sides because that corrugated steel or corrugated tin that he let off a shot and he didn't know it, but it's about 3/4 of a mile away. There's a pump station and there was a guy working on it, and he saw that guy about 30, 45 seconds later take his flashlight and look around, something run by him. After he used a shotgun. Oh, look, Chaos. Chaos is here.
Yo, what's going on, Chaos? How you been, brother? What? See, you have plans on going back out there anytime soon?
Yeah, when I get back, and definitely when the leaves are off the trees.
All right. Now, when you were watching this
Over
thing,
that way we can walk out there towards it.
So while you were watching this thing move, sway back and forth on the silo, what was the feeling that you got? Did you feel like it was watching you? Did you feel like some kind of fear or anything like that?
No fear. Is like, what the hell is that?
More like a curiosity?
Yeah.
Oh my god. All right, I'm back. Hopefully this is the last time I get up.
Stomach feel better?
A little bit.
Internet working better?
I have no idea anymore, honestly. No, fucking. I think it's like the last 2 days I've drank like see how big this is, right? I drank 2 bottles of cherry juice this big.
Ooh.
Yeah. So, but hey, listen, cherry juice is awesome. All right.
Hey, Channel 13, but the size, oh, shoot. Will it crouch down the way it looked in the thermal? It'd go for every bit of over 500 pounds. The way it looked.
No, what time of night was this?
Oh, shoot. This is what? 3 o'clock in the morning?
Oh, that witching hour, huh?
Oh, yeah.
It does seem like a lot of shit jumps off at 3 o'clock in the morning. I wouldn't numbers and everything like that. They're starting to stand out to me, and yeah, I think a lot of the maths is starting to math to me. Like so you want to hear something really random and really strange? I've never really been into this shit, but you guys heard of numerology, right?
Yep.
All right, so I've been listening to this dude. I don't know his full name. It's he goes by like GG33 or 33GG or some shit like that. Pretty interesting dude, and he's like fucking quick with the numerology numbers and everything like that. So I started listening to him a little bit, and I decided to say uh find out what like me and Bass's life path was, and we had got So the way you figure out your life path is, right, you take your birthdays, you take your birthday, the day or the month, the day, and then all four numbers for the year, and you add them up, right, and then the number you get at the end, you could take and you add those two together, you take and you add those two together, and then that's apparently what your life path is, right? So let me find it. Me and Bass got a I plugged in our birthday, numerology, and we got a life path of 7. And let me tell you, let me read out to you guys what life path number 7 says. Mm, but where is it? Where is it? Matter of fact, no, I got it on my phone. I'll read it off my phone because that was the fastest way over these. Now bear with me because I got like 30 pages open on my fucking phone here. All right, so here we go. So like I just told you, me and Bass got a life path number of 7. Right, when you plug in your birthdays and everything like that. Now you tell me if this hits you guys, like if this rings true for you guys about me and Bass. Those who are born with a 7 as a way of life are rightfully considered to be seekers of truth. You have a clear and unrelenting perception of yourself as a spiritual entity, and as a result, the goal is to comprehend the unknown and search for answers to the mysterious side of life. You have everything to accomplish. You have everything to accomplish this task. You have an excellent mind, are inclined to think analytically, and are capable of deep concentration and theoretical insight. And enjoy the process of researching and combining disparate facts in a single whole. And when facts are accumulated enough, they are capable of a practical solution to the problem, sometimes at the expense of creative intellectual insight. I read that shit and I was like, get the fuck out of here.
Pretty
So
damn
everybody,
accurate.
yeah, pretty. I was like, "Are you serious?" Yeah. So everybody, what you go type in go do the maths on your birthday. Take day. No, don't if you were born in a single digit, don't put a 0 in it. So say you're born in April, so you'll put 4 instead of 04. You'll put 4, and then the day, and then the year. You'll do those maths. You'll get those last two numbers. Say it ended up being a 39 or a 43 or something like that. You'll add those two numbers together, and that'll give you your life path number. And then go look up that number and see if it's true about you. Because I did this one I read about it. I started thinking about it. I was like, holy shit, that's really true. Like me and Matt's been, like I said, we've been in this shit for since before middle school. Would you say? Bass, did you fall asleep? I think you fell asleep. I see his little mic over there twitching. I see it twitching. Bash, you fell asleep. Wake up, fucker. Yeah, he's out. He's out. I'm gonna mute his mic just in case, everybody. I'm not gonna mute my mic. I'm gonna mute his mic just in case he starts fucking snoring. But yeah, you got Illuminati. You're a life path of 4, huh? So let's see what 4 has to say. Life path 4. For life path, 4 is a number. 4 is the number of logical and intellectual reasoning. Deep feelings are often avoided, and relationships are then sought purely for social and emotional security. Ooh, very telling, man. Very telling. But yeah, everybody, yo, go check this shit out. Go do the maths on yourself. Go check it out. See if it's accurate about you. Because I'm damn sure this is accurate about me and Bass. So what's up, Mr. Chaos Theory Productions? How you doing, brother? I saw Rafi and hopped up in here. What's going on, dude? How you guys doing this evening? Thank you for joining us on episode 53 of the Late Show. And to reiterate, soon, probably in maybe like the next 2 weeks or so, we will be starting season 3 of the Late Show, season 3 of An Impromptu Truth. And I'm probably gonna do I'm probably gonna redo our intro again. So be on the lookout for the new intro for season 3. And what I told you guys we were going to do with the Late Show. I want to bring all these paranormal investigators on, and we're not going to talk paranormal. We're going to shoot the shit about everything else because I really, really want to do that. Plus, nobody's doing that, ladies and gentlemen. So if you see people start doing that shit, you heard it here first.
Exactly.
Right? You heard it here first. We gonna start doing that. You start seeing people doing that shit, and just know, oh, you guys are copying truth. You don't have a brain in your head. You're not thinking, you're not smart enough to come up with your own ideas. In gematria, another type of numerology. My name first is 73. Oh, see, I've heard about the gematria too. I'm gonna have to look up all that stuff. But I'm telling you, I started paying attention to this shit, and everything is numbers. Everything is numbers. Right?
Uh-huh.
Now, with that being said, a lot of people who run these say numbers are starting to come to the realization that we are living in a simulation because of the numbers. And there's a professor, I forgot exactly what his name was, but he blew Neil deGrasse Tyson's mind when he said he started looking at these certain calculations in regards to like space-time and everything like that, and he said he saw mathematical equations, meaning like the shit was simulated. The shit's all simulated. You guys remember a while back I told you about Jerry Wills, the real life Indiana Jones, and how he went to he went down to Peru and did his whole it's time. I wouldn't call it time travel, but I guess it was Stargate transportation type stuff. And he wanted to go. He wanted to go see. He wanted to go. All right, Wilka, I didn't tell you this.
He's the one he put his head in that Stargate down there.
Yes, that guy. Yep, that guy.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, like I said, he went to. You have to know where you want to go, and he went to go see. He wanted to see the creator, and what happens is he goes through what looks like the fucking tunnel from Stargate. His wife got on the show. This was on the Kevin Smith show that they talked about. Like, remember, go check out the Kevin Smith show archives. I will not steer you wrong on that one. But he talked about how his wife even said, yo, he fucking fizzled out. He disappeared. And then he ended up in this immense white spot and this big black thing in fucking distance. He starts walking towards it, and this big booming voice comes out, and he asks, yo, why are you here? And he's like, I'm here to see the creator. And he's like, yo, we are the creator. He starts asking questions, and he said, yo, actually, we created you to understand our place amongst life and existence and shit like that. I mean, like, we're somebody's experiment, we're somebody's computer generated program, we're somebody's TV show.
Yeah.
Right. You ever think? I often thought about that as a little kid, and I did, and I will often be like, what if we're all TV show? What if we're TV shows, right? And somebody's just fucking switching channels. Wow. True. What's Truth doing today? Oh, he ain't doing shit. Let's move over to Wilcott. What's Wilcott doing today? Click. He ain't doing shit either. But you know what I mean? Stuff like that. I always thought that way, and now as an adult and learning all the information that's coming out with all in regards to simulations and the Matrix and everything like that, I'm starting to wholeheartedly believe that the shit is a simulation. It's a facsimile of something. And within that simulation, go ahead.
That we evolved in different ways was just an update.
Hmm. And then you take within that simulation that we're in, right? You take and you have free will in that simulation. It's a real trip when you start really. Yes, boom, right there. Perfect. The Truman Show.
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
I was
Exactly
actually
like that.
thinking of South Park.
I didn't. I didn't know. Oh, sorry. I didn't. I didn't know what to make of those thoughts as a little kid about us being like a TV show or something like that. Until like I didn't know what to think of it until I saw the Truman Show, and I was like, yo, this is what I've been thinking about the entire fucking time. But yeah, um, it, and it so hear me out on this, right? So what if this is a simulation, right? What if this is the Matrix? What if this is a simulation, right? Now, are they running the same? Like you know how you could have two monitors running the same program
Hmm.
on a computer? You know what I mean? Two computers running the same program. Do they have who? So if this is a simulation, this is a Matrix. This is mathematically made up, right? Are they running similar simulations on the parallel that we're on, right? And if so, with this similar simulation, is that where we're getting deja vu from? Thank you, Shane. I appreciate it. Yeah, but you get what I'm saying? Is there another computer simulation running alongside of us with the same information, just different variables, and that's why we get deja vu all the time? Because I tell you, dude, I get deja vu at least fucking 4 times a week. Like I said, I don't dream anymore. All I get is deja vu, and I'm starting to think that there's simulations running alongside of us. I mean, you've seen the glitch in the Matrix videos where animals are like frozen or something weird's going on. There's like a plane stuck in the sky. It's because the coding got fucked up.
Hmm.
Now, hear me out. Now I'm going to extrapolate on this a little bit more, right? So, in regards to say cryptids, paranormals, and everything like that, what if the reason we're seeing these things, right, and we see them vanish, appear, vanish, appear, whatever, is because the coding in this simulation is fucked up, and and that messed up code allows us to see them. Hmm.
That could be one thing.
Hmm. And if all right, and say so,
Or
this is
what
a
if
simulation.
this?
Oh,
What if
go ahead.
they're a virus that's seeking out certain things and we're able to see them at times because maybe we're getting too close to the truth?
Well, that's where that great reset comes in. That they talk about happens every 130 years, because people start to realize that they're being played. I guess that pretty much the term for it. I'd say we all start waking up, realizing we're being played, and then once enough people get to that point, they want to hit that reset button. But at this point in history, I don't think they can hit that reset button. Oh, believe me, I think they're trying, but I don't know if they're going to, because you know the whole global they talk about the reset of 2030 and all that shit like that. So what if just their global reset? What if their reset is just them restarting the program, restarting the civilization, because the shit starts to get out of hand. And every time they restart it, they tweak stuff.
Hmm.
I mean, because like I said, this being a simulation would make more of the Mandela effect would make more sense if this was a simulation,
Well, not only that,
right?
what about if you add in when, say, you come up to a street corner and your mind says you need to go across the street to that store, but instead you make a left and go somewhere else when you should have went back because you knew you should have listened. Something happened, so they
Illuminat,
have to
go ahead.
redo everything.
Illuminat says, so I think deja vu comes from quick loads like video games. You quick save before a big event, and if you don't like the outcome, then you reload from that save. Makes sense.
Yeah.
Or Miss Arlene said, precognitive dreams. See, I think in this simulation, we all might have say that ability or something like that. I think it's touch. I think we're all touched with that to start realizing that this shit's all that something's not quite right, right? So I think when whoever the programmers are, like Ralphian said, whoever the programmers are, they're either doing this shit on purpose to let it be known that this is a simulation, or they just got somebody incompetent running the fucking show up there. Because, like I said, if this is a simulation, that would explain the Mandela effect, right? Because, like I said, the Mandela effect is like somebody. Like I said, I use the analogy of an RC car, right? When I first started messing with RC cars, I would take the shits apart, right, and then I put them back together. But I didn't know what I was doing, and I really wasn't like labeling stuff I was taking it apart. So as I took it apart, I was just putting stuff here willy nilly, blah blah blah. But then when it came to putting it back together, I always was missing something, or something was off, something like that. I think that's what the Mandela effect is. Something in the simulation happened, it got messed up, and they tried to fix it. But when they tried to fix it, they forgot subtle little things.
Mm-hmm.
Right? Like, and I think that's exactly what the Mandela effect is. Whoever the programmers are, they try to all right, so we're gonna delve a little bit into that. Remember, you know that teenager that said that CERN ended us when it first turned on?
Yeah.
The kid that nobody can find now. I think he was on to something. I think that when they turned, because the Mandela effects, nobody really noticed this stuff until after, say, CERN turned on. And that's as far as I know, nobody started noticing Mandela effects until after CERN turned on. And this kid had the theory that, what's up, Mr. Marshall? How you doing? This kid had the theory that when they turned CERN on, CERN ended our reality and thrust us into another reality. And what I think is that when they turned CERN on, it fucked up the programming, right? And they had to go back and redo the programming, and they were doing it from. They didn't have it saved on. Now this is us. This is me using earthly terms and everything like that. It's they didn't have the shit backed up. They didn't have all the information backed up on their hard drives, so they scrambled. And when they scrambled, they put together what they could remember they had, and and there were subtle little things that were fucked up. Like, sorry, it's always been only you can prevent forest fires, not wildfires. All right. What else?
Well,
What else?
think of it like this: as a computer programmer, you're writing a program, and a lightning storm hits and
Mm-hmm.
blows everything up, and it throws everything that you haven't saved, and you have to rewrite from memory. So therefore, you change a certain little way because it wasn't backed up.
Yeah, all right. Dreams, weird stuff going on in the past, present. Yeah. So everybody, I think when we all come to the realization that this is a simulation, and that actually, if you have the inclination, you can probably manipulate it, and you can probably like they often say that you have the power of manifestation, right? And I think if you can manipulate if you can manipulate this matrix, this computer program enough, you can manifest stuff. You can, I mean, not I don't mean like out of fucking thin air like a genie or anything like that. Don't get me wrong, but I mean like you can attract stuff to yourself. You can bring it to yourself me- by thinking about it, by that thought process of manifesting it. All right. So a perfect example of this shit is when we got the new cars back in February, right? I went to this deal. I looked around for a while, went to this dealership, and I had like 8 cars fucking that I wanted to look at. But these guys, they didn't want to hear me. They just wanted to run my credit and all this shit. Like even before they showed you a car, they sat you down, ran your credit. And I'm like, yo, you guys don't need to run my credit. I'm going through a credit union. And then they still did my shit. And it's like, oh well, they're like, they didn't want to use my credit union. They want to use their own shit. So when they ran through my shit, they was like, oh no, we can't give you. I'm like, all right, whatever, fuck you guys, right? So that was a waste. That was a waste of like 5 hours. So
Huh?
the next day, I woke up and I was like, yo, me and my wife decided to go to one of the local Mitsubishi dealerships. But from the time I woke up that morning to the time we signed on the line for the cars, I told myself all day, I am leaving this dealership with 2 cars. I am leaving this dealership with 2 cars. I am leaving this dealership with 2 cars. And that's exactly what happened. I left that dealership that night with 2 cars. So I think if you focus on it if you focus on it, you can attract it to yourself. Um, yeah, I think that's fully possible. And in this and if you know how to work this simulation, you can probably have some big gains. You know what I mean?
Yep.
But
That I can see now after you say it like that, because like last week when I got my truck, I didn't have any negative thoughts that I'm not getting a truck. I'm not getting a truck. They're gonna run my credit. Blah blah blah.
mm-hmm. You
I
go,
just had the thought, I want this truck.
yep. You go in there. You put yourself in certain frame of mind. And I think if you really staunch and you really believe in what you're
And you
thinking and what you're trying to accomplish, it will come to you. It may
and you
take some
project
time.
that.
Yeah, it may take some time, but I think it will. I think it will manifest into your reality. I'm not, like I said, I'm not talking fucking genies, hocus pocus, or anything like that. But what you're looking for will come to you. Yep, Shade Viking, you got it right, homie. Mind over matter. I don't know who else. Gutbusters, I'm assuming. Who else? But yeah. So like I said, go back to the numerology thing, which we started this whole conversation. Everybody, go type in your birthdays. Type in your birthday, or do the math on your birthday, and look up your life path number, and sit down and think about it, and be like, does this really apply to me? Because when I found mine, I was actually taken aback. I was like, holy shit, that's accurate. You know what I mean? So Oh no, Miss Stacy, he's talking about the. All right, so the video I posted on Facebook when I said when your homies drive down the road, blast your music. He got himself a new pickup truck. New pick him up.
Yeah.
What did you get? Woke up.
Nissan Titan.
The V8, the V8. Okay.
Yeah.
You know, I saw somebody take the Titan V8, right? They took it out of the truck and put it in a they put it in a 240SX and made a drifter out of it. That shit is a complete monster. Complete. Yeah, life path numbers. All right, so Mark D. Take your birthday, right? Now, if you're born in any month that's a single digit, don't put a zero in. But you'll take your birthday, take the month, the day, and the full year, add all those numbers together, and then at the end of that, the number that you get at the end, you take and you add those two numbers together. So say you get like a 34, you add them together, you get a 7. All right. So then you'll see that the 7 or whatever number you get at the end, the last number, is going to be your life path number. Right. So you'll take that number and just go Google search life path, and it'll tell you what that number is, what that numerology life path number is. And I'm guaranteeing you that shit is accurate. Guarantee it. I did it on a friend of ours the other day with a real birthday, and it was pretty fucking accurate. So but it's pretty interesting stuff, man. When you learn that all this shit is, when you learn that everything is numbers, and it's like it started to change. It started to change the way I think, the way I look at things. Oh, look at that! My alarm just. Oh, you got an alarm going off in 2 hours. I know. All right, leave me alone. Disney is changing family as to not show the mom getting shot. What? That's character building. That's character building. You can't get rid of Bambi's mom getting popped. That sets up the whole damn story.
Yeah, really.
It just, people are too sensitive nowadays, man. Sensitive. You got to placate to everybody's feelings and what they want and everything like that. No. Grow the fuck up. Seriously. It's a damn cartoon. It's a cartoon. You cancel Yosemite Sam? Why? Because he's got a mustache and guns? You ain't cancel Mickey Mouse. Back in the 30s, there was cartoons of Mickey Mouse sticking his tallywhacker in donuts, making the hole. You see that shit?
Yeah. No, and cheese.
Yeah. Like, they're... Oh, Bass must have took himself out. But you're gonna you're gonna take that out of Bambi. You guys make no sense. Like a lot of them cartoons were flagrant back in the day. A lot of them. Again, look, Ren and Stimpy.
Oh,
Absolutely vulgar. That shit wouldn't fly today. Not at all. It was a great cartoon, though.
Oh, it was.
Well,
But
I think
if you sit there and really watched it, it's like, ooh, this
Oh,
ain't
yeah,
for
you're-
kids.
No, yeah, definitely. You're like, nah, there's some underlying shit going on in these cartoons here, bro. Like the fucking Ren was abusive. Ren was an abusive prick. Stimpy was a fucking simpleton.
Yep.
Well, you got
Of
to
course,
censor
Red was
Bambi.
a prick. He was a damn chihuahua.
Yeah, you're right. Yeah, like these people with the you got to take this out of this and change this and that. Girl, the fuck, you fucking snowflakes. Fuck, guys. those are the guys. Those people are the ones who have bread allergies. Those people are the ones whose parents wouldn't let them go outside because they were afraid of them getting dirty. That's who's running shit.
Or let them play in the house without a helmet.
Yeah, they wouldn't let them run around the house without a helmet on. That type of shit. That's who's controlling the narrative, ladies and gentlemen, of the stuff you watch on TV. It's absolutely stupid.
Hey, GNA.
What's up, GNA? How you doing? But Walt Disney be bugging out. Would he be bugging? I don't know if he would, because not for nothing, I think Walt Disney would have got caught up in that whole Epstein thing. Did I say that out loud? But that's besides the point. Yeah, it's just people are, the littlest thing offends people now. The littlest thing. Damn cartoons. Standing on a sidewalk will offend somebody now. Like, it's absolutely crazy. Like, I dare any one of you guys to go back as an adult and watch some of the cartoons we watched as kids. And really, really sit back and look at them shits and be like, yo, this is some sketchy shit going on in these cartoons. What do you think they would do with Andrew Dice Clay? Listen, Andrew Dice Clay in his prime would make these people's heads explode. I mean, legit. You ever see that? You ever, Wilcott, you saw Chappelle's show, The Black White Supremacist?
Yes.
Right? You remember at the end of that show where he reveals he's black and that one guy's fucking head explodes? That's what would happen with some of these people if they fucking saw Andrew Dice Clay in his prime. Him, George Carlin, who else? Richard Pryor, fucking Kennyman, the guy who he was an 80s comedian, the guy who used to fucking yell all the time. He's what the hell, Joe? What the hell is it? You know? Yes, Sam Kinnaman.
Kennison.
That was his name. Sam Kennison. Yeah, these people have no idea. Could you imagine some of these snowflakes sitting at a fucking Richard Pryor show, sitting at a Sam Kennison show, sitting at an Andrew Dice Clay show? They'd all walk out, every single one of them. Chappelle show. Yeah, the Black White Supremacist was funny as shit. That was funny as shit.
It was.
No one was expecting that one. Guarantee it. But another one that I liked was the Player Haters Ball.
Oh God.
That shit was funny. Pure funny. That man right there, you wouldn't like to fight. She wears underwear with dick holes in them. Oh my God, that shit was listen. Chappelle,
They could have done a
Chappelle.
on that Players Hater Ball.
Yeah. Chappelle's funniest thing. Chappelle play, yeah, or Eddie Murphy's True Hollywood Stories.
Oh,
those shits were great. Those were great. The Rick James story, the Prince story where they're playing basketball. Those shits were absolutely awesome.
cocaine's a hell of a drug.
I see. Shade went there. I'm gonna post it. Shade went there. Boom. Dude, I think the new Chappelle is a clone. Listen. He's got to cut. All right. When Dave Chappelle came back, I'll tell you this. When Dave Chappelle came back, he had a cousin that came out and was like, "Yo, that Dave is not the real Dave. That's not the Dave Chappelle I grew up with." That shit's been going around a lot lately. They said that about Dave Chappelle. They said that about Kanye West when he disappeared and came back married with a fucking Kim Kardashian lookalike. Who else? They said that about Jamie Foxx, because Jamie Foxx, after his mysterious illness, Jamie Foxx came back. He's missing that big tattoo on the back of his head. That's gone. Plus his complexion's a little off. They also said that about Jimmy Butler, fucking NBA player. Remember, not too long ago, he came out and he was looking like he looked like a school lunch lady with his haircut and shit. Yeah, they've been saying that about him too. There's a lot of funky stuff going on if you pay attention to it, man. A lot of funky stuff. Truth that was funniest show in history. Yes, he don't look like. Yeah. Yeah, Shade. There's a lot of these. There's a lot of this shit. Now, one thing you might not have heard. I'm gonna say, this is all speculation from what I read. That the reason Bernie Mac was offed. Yes, they say Bernie Mac was offed. Is because he wanted to start talking about these fucking clone facilities that they have, where they take and they clone these celebrities, and they have like these fucking they look like coliseums. They look like a lot of people said they look like coliseums, where they take these clones and they do what they want to them. They let them fight to the death. They do all kinds of wild shit. All for these people, all for these elites in power and everything like that. Yep.
Kind of like the islands.
Yeah. The island, perfect example. That the island is another instance of them putting shit in our face. I think that's wholeheartedly going on. They probably do that. The Sixth Day, that Arnold Schwarzenegger movie, guaranteed they're doing that type of stuff. And so did I ever tell you about the movie I watched called The Devil Conspiracy?
No.
All right, so I just came across it again the other day, and I didn't watch it the other day, but I've watched it before. And in this movie called The Devil Conspiracy, there's a genetics firm, right? And this genetics firm is their tagline is that they can take prominent figures from the past and recreate them out of DNA. So like if they had DNA from like say Attila the Hun, they can recreate Attila the Hun, or Mozart, they can recreate Mozart. And then the actual movie, they have like this there's this one scene where it's all these fucking elites, these like eyes wide shut fucking members in cloaks and everything like that, and they're all at this gathering, and they're bidding on children. But the reason they're bidding on these children is because these children are the genetic remake of, say, Beethoven, Mozart, fucking Attila the Hun, Julius Caesar, people like that. So these eyes wide shut folks are bidding on these genetically made kids that show traits from these prominent people in history. And so the premise of the movie is that they're gonna they go and they steal the Shroud of Turin, which I'm sure you guys have all heard of the Shroud of Turin, right? And they go steal the Shroud of Turin, and they take the DNA off of that, and they are trying to recreate JC, right? But what they're going to do with that recreation of JC is they're going to interject a demon's soul into that recreation of JC. It's a whole different, it's a whole fucking thing, right? But the reason I say that movie is because I think they're probably doing that stuff too. I mean, it's not a to these people it's not a question of should we, it's a question of could we.
Right.
And you know what I mean? And for these type of people, that answer is always going to be yes, we could, yes, we should, yes, let's do it. Just because they're inquisitive or just fucking nefarious reasons, they're going to do that type of stuff. Why not? Right? And so then I think that this whole cloning thing, I think there's some merit to it too, because if there wasn't, not for nothing, they wouldn't be putting it in our faces like that. Like the whole damn movie they came out over the summer, they cloned Tyrone.
Yep.
Come on now. I've only seen excerpts of the movie because it's not really something I would watch it just because the story premise in it. But and that shit, they're taking people out of the hood and they're fucking cloning them. Like they're putting this shit in our faces. Because Hollywood and CIA they've always been linked up.
Yep.
And what do they call that? Dun, 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 dun. Conditioning, ladies and gentlemen. So if you've seen enough of this stuff in pop culture, you've seen enough of Bigfoot, you've seen enough of UFOs, aliens, fucking monsters, ghosts, blah blah blah. For the NPCs, you kind of just become numb and you accept it, right? Like, and then say this stuff really starts happening. Now, with people like us, we see that as bullshit. Okay, yeah, I got you, Illuminat. 1 second. Copy. What's up, Callie? How you doing? Bass was with us earlier, but Bass fell asleep and he dropped himself out of the stream.
Yeah. He went night night.
Oh, that's what he gets for eating that damn brisket taco. No, that brisket chili again. Yo, what's going on, Illuminati?
Hey,
Don't know.
hey, Wilka, how you doing?
How you doing?
I'm
So
good.
what's your question, homie?
So my question is, like you said, that movie, that Devil's movie, Devil's, what was that?
The Devil Conspiracy.
Yeah. So it makes you wonder how many of those, if that's true, how many of these special people did they go to replicate to find that they are aliens among us? I mean, if you think about it, because some of the people that have given us incredible advancements, like Tesla, think about Nikola Tesla for a moment. How much of his brain was used? So again, they go through and they start doing this, and how much of this is help from other people?
Yeah.
Because remember, Tesla did say he was getting signals from somewhere else
Yep.
when he first invented the radio.
Which, if I remember correctly, they said he was just detecting pulsars or blazars from deep space. But again, it's been said, if they're walking among us, then what's to say that some of these people like Mozart haven't been either fully others or half or even hybrids?
or shit, or speculation here. Time travelers.
True.
True.
They could have been
Especially
sent back. Yeah, maybe time travelers to help advance, to help maybe that certain point in time become more advanced. Actually, it's all speculation. It's all fun stuff to think about. Right?
Mhm.
Like I said, I'd rather think about and pontificate and go back and forth about this type of stuff than the shit we see on the news every day.
Yeah,
It's
I
more
just got through
dismal
watching
shit.
a YouTube video of a TikToker saying "Good morning" is racist. It
Saying that
had
what?
racist that the phrase "Good morning" had racist origins. You can go look it up. There's a female TikToker that goes through and explains how "Good morning" is racist.
What?
Yeah,
boy, we're talking about reaching for straws.
yeah.
You know what? Humanity's had a good run. I think we're done. Fuck.
Yeah.
Are you fucking serious?
Yeah, you can go
Or
look
you
it
got
up.
these or you got these idiots saying that 2 plus 2 isn't 4 and that it's offensive. What? Oh my god.
Talk
They're
about
fucking
dumbing
doing
down the
and,
world.
it's sad, ladies and gentlemen. These are the people when we get old, these are the people that are gonna be taking care of us.
Yeah,
Well, shit, we'll still be taking care of ourselves because these guys can't find their way out of a fucking paper bag. Oh my
that
Exactly.
woman's
god.
about 20 to 25 years old
Yeah,
that was doing
yeah,
that.
that's
And,
sounds about right.
and
People
she,
born around 2000.
yeah, and it was, and whenever people asked her for a source, it was what my grandparents taught me. It is something that is not in the history books because white people won't let it be in the history books.
Hey, what's up, Chuck?
Hey, what's up? Give me just a second.
Yep. But it's these fuck. Oh my god. Chuck, you got to turn down your YouTube.
Yeah, I'm trying to get rid of the YouTube and just be on StreamYard.
Like, these are the people that are going to be running our country soon. Well, when we're old people, I'm fucking worried.
All right, did that fix it?
Yeah, it's better.
Okay. I wanted to comment on what Illuminati was saying. Um, there's old timey pictures from way back in the day that show people in the crowds holding things like cell phones and having things like wristwatches that were not available back in the day.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
There's
Yep.
there's a famous scene in one of the Charlie Chaplin movies where where a woman's walking behind the camera and you can see her on a cell phone. It looks like a cell phone.
Yeah, yeah. I forget
Or
what show it was on.
or
Person?
there's a photo of a gentleman. He's got like a weird haircut. He's wearing some sunglasses, but he looks like he's holding a fucking camera, like a almost like a Polaroid camera.
Yeah, you're talking about the same shows I'm talking about.
Mm-hmm. Dude, I totally think that we're that time travel is possible. So speaking of while we're on time travel, so have you guys ever heard of well, I'm sure you've heard of Art Bell, but did you ever hear about the episode with Madman Markham?
No, I haven't.
All right, so in the 1990s, Art Bell got contacted by a dude named Mike Markham, and Mike Markham here, Chuck. I'm gonna put you on mute for 2 seconds. I'm still hearing your YouTube.
I turned the YouTube off, but I'll turn.
But all right. So Mike Markham had contacted Art Bell. This was after he got arrested, and what he was planning on doing, he had built themselves. What was it? One of the Rosen bridges. You know what I'm saying?
Uh-huh.
The shit that goes like this and has the currents flowing through it. And he had developed it with enough power that he took a screw, right? Just testing out, he took a screw. The screw disappeared and then reappeared like a second later on a table. So he starts thinking, he's like, I might have, is this some time travel stuff, right? So he goes and he I wouldn't say, well, he absconds, but he liberates some transformers, right? And he's got a bunch of transformers set up in his house and shit. And he ends up getting arrested because his buddy shot out like somebody's window or whatnot. But when he got arrested, they saw that he had all these stolen fucking these stolen things. So he gets put on probation for like a year and a half. He goes to jail for, I think it was 80 to 90 days, gets put on probation and shit. But then when he gets out, he does everything legit, and he starts rebuilding this Rosen Bridge again, right? And the theory was that he might have created a time travel device. So Art Bell does this whole interview with him. He's like, when you get ready to step into, or when you're ready to do human experiments, if you want to step into this show, step into it. He's like, I will come down there, I will record it for posterity, and we'll see what happens. So him and the guy, Art and the guy talk for a while, and then that they end the show, and nobody's ever heard from Madman Markham again. So the theory is that he may have stepped through this thing he created and possibly jumped back in time. Right now, an interesting thing about this is that there was a apparently there's a news article, I think it was from like the 40s, where they say this dude mysteriously appeared on a beach with a weird metal box, dead. Right, and they think that it might. Somebody did a little research. They think it might be that dude, Mike Markham, because nobody's ever heard
Are
of
you
him
talking
before.
about the
So
guy in Australia that put up on the beach dead?
nope, nope. This guy apparently showed up on a beach in like California or some shit. Deceased, and he had like a weird metal box with him. So,
Okay.
like I said, nobody's ever heard of Madman Markham. So, if he did build, now this happened back in the 90s. So, my theory is if he might have built his machine, stepped through it, or he got scooped up to some government think tank. I think he got scooped up to some government think tank. What do you guys think? But yeah, go look up Madman Markham.
Well, it's similar to the people that show up with passports to countries never fucking heard of before,
Yeah.
and they'll have their passports stamped by countries never even heard of before.
Yes, I've heard about that. That's happened quite a few times. People are looking at their passport. They've got instances where people looked at passports and they're like, "Yo, this country doesn't exist. Where the hell are you from, guy?"
Yeah,
And
they show up in major airports and they go to check in as if nothing's happened, and then whenever the customs guy's like, "Where the hell is this? I've never heard of this."
Yeah,
I
that
think
one was in Japan.
Well, there was one they asked the dude where he was from, and I think he was pointing to like the Middle East. That's where this country was, but whenever they looked, they couldn't find it.
no, so with that, right? Could this mysterious country, now like I said, ladies and gentlemen, we bounce back and forth to everything. Could this mysterious country or mysterious countries that show up on some of these people's mysterious passports. Now, hear me out. Be land from beyond the quote unquote ice wall. Think about that one for a second. So, like I said, I don't, the whole flat earth thing, I'm still questioning that. But Earth being way fucking bigger than what we're being told, yes, I believe that. And our little section, may be cordoned off. We're sitting there in a little bubble like that.
So, Truth, you watch anime?
Yes, depends on what anime though.
Hunter x Hunter.
I've seen it before, yes.
Did you see the final episodes?
No, I did not.
So the final episodes basically contribute to like what we're talking about now about that world being part of a bigger world that is sealed off, that they have to have special permission to get access to.
Mm-hmm.
That's, yeah, when you keep saying that, that's what brings up to my mind is the end of Hunter x Hunter.
Yeah, I think there may be something to it. I think that our our little sandbox is one of many little sandboxes here. It's just that the gatekeepers of that information hold that shit so close to the vest because what would be the reaction from how many people are on the planet? Billion? Or like 9 billion?
7 billion.
Oh, 7 billion, yeah.
Somewhere between 7 and 8 billion, right? So what would be the reaction of 7 billion people? Right? Maybe a little less. Probably a little less because you got your NPCs and you got your people in your fucking puzzle factories and everything like that. So maybe a little less than that. But could you imagine the reaction of the overall population if they were to find out that we lived in a little sandbox on something that was way bigger that had a bunch of other sandboxes on it, and that the stuff we're seeing, say UFOs, UAP, maybe some cryptids, are coming from these other sandboxes? Could you imagine the reaction that would have? Could you imagine how people would lose their shit on these gatekeepers that have been controlling this information? That's why these guys are all panicking now, because this type of information is becoming more easily accessible to people through fucking social media, even though it's a fucking black hole. But this information is becoming more readily available to people, and that's why they want to knock all this shit out. Because look, like I said this before, if you fall down the right algorithm on TikTok, dude, there's a wealth of information and knowledge that people are putting out there, a wealth of experiences and shit like that. Whereas some of the NPCs are just using the TikToks for thirst traps and stuff like that. So,
well,
yeah.
This goes back to what I heard Steve Osdall say today on one of his videos, is that think about this with social media. Right now, he can't even remember the name of the movie that everybody was in an uproar over a month ago, because everything's moving so fast. Mm-hmm. And with the world, they'll be pissed about it for 30 minutes, and later on they'll forget about it within 6 hours.
Yeah, their attention span is very short. That's how they're getting away with a lot of this shit.
Yep.
All right.
But
All
then
right.
you also
So
have the people that are purposely distracting people with stupid shit, aka like what I told you before, the girl who, oh, good morning, is racist.
That and with like a lot of these
that's
Hollywood
that's
type
just
football players wearing weird stuff like they came out of what was that one Stallone and Demolition Man.
they're all fucking weirdos.
Remember how everybody
Yep.
dressed in it?
So you see Charlie's comment right there. If you give me 2 seconds, I'm gonna go get something. And I'm gonna give you a practical example of what I mean. All right.
Okay, 2 seconds are up.
Right? How are you doing, David? How are you enjoying your new truck?
Oh, I'm enjoying it, but I ain't going to use it that much. Clean it up, keep it for a year, then trade it in.
Ah,
All right. What's everybody saying on chat? Okay.
Okay. All
All
right.
right.
So what I see see Charlie's comment there. The Earth is bigger than what we've been told. All right. So remember I just told you guys about our little sandbox. So what
Yep.
do I have here in my hand? Right. This will be a perfect. This will be a perfect example of what I'm trying to explain to you guys. Pardon me, I'm fat. I'm out of breath for a second and ran up the steps. But this, ladies and germs, is what? A
A
golf
golf
ball.
ball.
mhm.
Right? Now you see these little crannies in here? The little holes, nooks,
Dimples.
crannies, little dimples. I think this is a good representation of what the earth really looks like. Right? So right here, where my pointer finger is, see it? Right there, that little dot right there, right? I'll even get a little more specific. I'll just point one little random goddamn dot right here. Boom.
And he
That one.
slices your finger.
Don't say that. You're gonna jinx me, dude. That one. That little dot right there. You see where that X-Acto knife is? Right? Say that's our sandpit. Right? Now, that's our sandpit. How many other sandpits do we actually have on what we're living on? And how big is it actually? The whole flat earth, I'm still working out I don't know about the flat earth thing, but I'm generally of the theory that the earth is way bigger than what we're being told, and it looks like this. It looks like a damn golf ball. And all these little nooks and crannies, all these little dimples and everything like that are these other civilizations possibly. Or maybe civilizations that are on this planet that we're being
Well, instead of a dimple, think of it
being
like
told.
this,
We're not
like
being
a
told about.
honeycomb in the shape of a ball.
Yes. Yep. Let me stop my cam. Start my
That way
cam.
you
Hold
have
on.
it
Go
symmetric.
to my settings. I had to fix my camera. Hold up. All right. All right. Am I crisp? Am I clear? Yep. There we go.
Yep.
All right. But yeah, I until I can see some other theories or whatnot, I think that this is what it looks like. Not really not round-ish, not really roundish, but there's other sand pits on our little ball or whatever the hell we live on, and we're just not being told about it because ours we're surrounded by that quote unquote ice wall. Now, have you
Okay,
like?
let's take it a step further. What if all the talk about different dimensions is actually the wall? And that's why everything is jumping around, like certain people from different countries showing up.
Why? Kelly asked. Why do I think that? Because I started getting into this. I started getting into the flat Earth theory, right? And I just I have a hard time. I have a hard time believing that the Earth's flat, like flat, like fucking disc, like these people are saying. But I do not have a problem with the theory that this planet is way bigger than what we're being told. And then you come into the information, like say about the Antarctic ice walls or the all right, yo Shay, take it easy. But you come across the information about the lands, quote unquote, behind the ice wall and stuff like that, and that makes, and then you look and you see this the Terra, I think it was the Terra Infinitia map. I think that's what it's called. And then you look at it and then you see like that the Terra Infinitia map looks like how this damn golf ball is. You have the earth, you have earth round, you have our earth, right? And you have the ring of, you have Neptune and then all this stuff. It's go look up the Terra Infinitia map and look at that.
Well,
And
not
then
only
you
that, think
and then
about
you and then
this.
you then you can take that and then picture it as a huge thing, and this is what you get. You get a fucking golf ball with a bunch of different areas on it.
Well, what about this? Some of the old maps before Antarctica was discovered showing Antarctica without ice.
Mm-hmm. And some of them actually showed the animals that were down there, like elephants, camels, giraffes, shit like that. Shit you wouldn't expect to be down on that continent. They had pictures of.
Now, what if
Yep.
dimensions are not right in front of us, but on a different dimple or honeycomb segment? And somehow frequencies are getting screwed up around the world because of CERN and things get transferred around.
Yeah.
Like
Yo,
people
Jimmy.
popping up in airports from countries that are unknown.
Yep. Yo, G Music. I agree. I'm just saying that it's bigger and that our little thing is surrounded. You get me? That's what I'm working out. Our little playground's got a high fence around it that they don't want us getting out of. And there's other playgrounds in the same town, we'll say, that also have high walls that they're not able to get out of. But then there's some of these towns, some of these other playgrounds where the individuals playing in that playground have the ability to get out of that playground or over those fences, maybe even under those fences. But that's the way I look at it. That's what I see. But hey, like I said, it's just a theory, um, only speculation.
And that goes into the programming too.
Mm-hmm.
That we're all in just a big matrix. They can turn the lights off where they want to.
Um, No, no. Did you come across that shit a few months ago? Hold on. Mr. Chuck said, "Truth. What if CERN opened up portals from the other side?" Just a thought. I think they did. Sir, I believe CERN's the reason for the Mandela effect. I believe CERN has opened portals. I think CERN may be the reason why we've had an influx in paranormal activity, UFO activity, cryptid activity. Because when they turned CERN on, I think they kind of they scratched they scratched at the 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 divider between us and
The threshold.
yeah, they scratched at the threshold between us and the other side, right? And they may have weakened it to a point where certain things. All right, so we all know about ley lines. We all know about areas that possibly have portals in them and anything and stuff like that. So what if when they turn CERN on, right? Now those areas that have these portals and everything like that, they're already kind of finished, right? As compared to other areas. So when they turn CERN on, who's to say that CERN didn't? Like I said, it scratched that threshold, right? But in regards to say naturally occurring portals, naturally occurring portal areas, it just completely just like it made those shits toilet paper thin. Like it made that threshold where these natural occurring portals are toilet paper thin, and these things, beings, beings, just phenomena in general, can come through this threshold that has been weakened, that has been like toilet paper thin and been weakened by CERN when it was turned on. And I think that's a lot. I think that's why we have a lot of new cryptid sightings, paranormal sightings, UAPs, stuff like that.
Well,
Okay.
think about like with the Avengers movie, the first one, those portals, and an in game, and not only that, that last Spider-Man, No Way Home, all
Hmm.
those dimensions were coming together because they were broken. The way you had three different Spider-Man in one place.
Hmm.
Well, I don't think about like this. So you take a piece of fabric, take like denim for example, and you continuously rub it together and rub it together and rub it together. It's going to get thinner and it's going to get threadbare. That's what's happening with CERN. It's
Hmm.
constantly rubbing everything together, and the dimensions are getting thinner and thinner and thinner.
And not only that, when you rub it, when it's doing that, it's also creating a lot of heat. And look what's happening with us right now. That we're feeling a heat wave and drought.
Shit, dude, it's freezing in New York today, and it was raining. But yeah, so I think, yeah, truck. In regards to your comment, I think that CERN thinned it, and it made CERN thinned everything, and it made the natural portals more un. I can't say unstable, but a more likely place where things will
It
cross
shedded the
over.
veil of thickness to it,
Yes.
to where it's basically like going from a 2x4 to a toilet paper sheet.
But where'd that comment go, Judy Bird? They did announce that they found portals all around the Earth and space. Mm-hmm. Do you think movie? What's Chuck say now? Hold up. Do you think the movies are doing a soft disclosure for? Of course, of course, of course they are, and that's their way of saying. That's the way of. It's all fucking psyop, all of it, and that's their way of conditioning us. Because once you've seen enough alien invasion movies, once you've seen enough fucking monsters eating people, or fucking just people like movies like The Purge where people are just offing each other because God damn it, you said something foul to me at work. Like, you know what I mean? I think I definitely think it's all
Well,
soft disclosure.
what about
It's
this?
conditioning.
What was discovered back in the 80s
Yeah, be more
with,
specific, man.
with the sky?
What? You know, you got to
Holes in the
see.
ozone layer.
Yeah. Okay, where are you going with this?
What if those holes were already there, but they turned back and took in those holes? That's one part of the deja vu, the Mandela effect, and everything else. They're trying to fix it because they still say there's one left, and it's over Antarctica. Why is it over Antarctica?
Hmm. This is because Antarctica.
Antarctica doesn't
A-
create pollution.
Antarctica, I think, is a gateway,
Yep. And what if all
and
those other holes that was in the ozone layer that was discovered were other gateways?
quite possibly. Yeah. Hold up, Duty Bird. I hadn't heard of the China one. Yeah, there's particle accelerators all over the place. Um, Tony Merkel on the Confessionals, he did an episode about the one down there in Tennessee. I think it's called Rock Ridge or something like that.
Mm-hmm.
Um, he did it. The episode he did on it was really good. There's apparently one up there in Chicago also. That
Texas.
one in Chicago, one in Texas. I guarantee you, there's one at Livermore Labs. I guarantee you the one there's one. I guarantee you there's one at Los Alamos. It wouldn't surprise me if there's one up there at Dugway. Where else? Uh,
Dugway and Area 51.
See, I don't know. I see. In regards to Area 51, I don't really know if anything's up there at Area 51 anymore. I mean, because now Area 51 has become such a pop culture deal now, right? That I don't think they keep anything there. It's just it's just there as eye candy now.
Mm-hmm. But in the past, they could have.
Oh yeah, definitely. Now now I'm not saying it's completely shut down because we all know about Bob Lazar and the S4 story and everything like that, but S4 was in Papoose Lake, which was
Just a few miles away.
well, yeah, it was a good distance away from the Area 51 facility. And plus, he said that that one was hidden in a mountain, whereas like the doors for the hangars were painted to look like sand and gravel,
Yep.
right? So that way you couldn't see the shit. Now, I like I said, I don't. I think they're. You know what? I'm not gonna say there's nothing out. There's nothing at Area 51 because there's got to be something out there. Otherwise, they wouldn't have expanded that damn that runway they got over there.
Yeah, they would have.
But plus,
A
yep.
fucking diversion.
Yep. Plus, I'm not. If I'm not mistaken, they did add a few more buildings there.
I mean, it's Volt said before. It's a fucking they add on to it to get people looking. Hey, look over here, look at here, look at what we're doing here. Even though
Mm-hmm.
we're not telling you why you're not looking elsewhere.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I think all the stuff that was like there may still be stuff at Area 51, like like deep underground down there because they have their underground facility down there, but I think majority of it is probably moved up there to Dugway. Um, I well, Wright Patterson is where Wright Patterson is where all the Roswell wreckage supposedly went. So they do, and if you go look up reports of Wright Patterson Air Force Base, people often talk about like they had a section of Wright Patterson Air Force Base that you couldn't get onto, and the security there was crazy. And the people that were there said that the tech that they had in that facility was just years beyond.
Yeah,
Why?
they show that tech in futuristic movies.
Duty Bird, you said why do they always have to have a window to get into space? It's because it's because it's because the human civilization, we are not wanted out there. All these like type 3, type 4, type 5, type 6, type 7 civilizations, they don't want the kids with the bottle rockets out there. Why? Because we can't even control ourselves on our own fucking planet. We're offing each other every day, all this anger, strife, everything like that. Why would these people want us? Why would these beings want us out there creating that havoc? So I generally think, like I've heard about this in the earliest 2000s, this planet is a quote unquote prison where we can't get off. And if we are able to get off, it might be in little areas. And we're being monitored. And like after the after the first nuclear explosion, right? There was a influx in
What the?
UFO sighting. What? Hey, what's going on, Willie? Well, after that first nuclear explosion let off, there was tons and tons of UFO sightings after that. Why? Because say we do share this rock with another civilization or two or three, and the kids found the lighter. Wouldn't the adults want to see what the fuck was going on? That's the way I look at it. Because if we go overboard and we end up destroying all this, that means they're gone too, right? Why do you think there's always been so many so many UAP sightings, UFO sightings, flying discs, whatever? I think they're always hanging out over nuclear reactors, nuclear missile sites, stuff like that. Um, I don't think we nuked the moon. I believe what they did was they dropped one of those rocket boosters on the moon, and that caused a an explosion. I think that's what it was. And when they dropped that rocket booster, the moon pinged hollow for hours. Meaning like this shit was hollow. So that brought up the theory that the moon was a quote unquote Space station. I think they used the term space station, spaceship. Yeah, it's well, you got man. When you start deep diving and you start putting all these kernels together and making your tapestry, that shit is crazy. What's going on? Because it's all of it, ladies and gentlemen. Every aspect of this shit: ghosts, UFOs, cryptids, aliens, all of it. It's all interconnected. Every single piece of it. I guarantee you. And you're not going to get all the information if you're just looking at one aspect of this shit. If you're just looking at cryptids, you're not going to get all the information. Say that another paranormal site might. Like, how many times have you heard about say Bigfoot, Sasquatch appearing before, during, or after a UFO sighting? I've heard it
Uh-huh.
numerous times. Like, you know what I mean? I've heard that numerous times. But then you get people in the UFO community like, oh no, that's bullshit. Blah blah blah. Blah, blah. And you'll get people in the cryptid community like, oh no, no, that's bullshit. That's bullshit. Then how do you explain it then? How do you take into account that people have just reported either seeing a cryptid, getting off a craft, or being taken onto a craft? You
Not only
can't call
that, don't forget
bullshit.
about the orbs
Yeah,
associated with it.
these things be so there's been numerous reports where a Bigfoot has appeared out of a damn orb, stepped right out of an orb like it stepped out of a portal. How do you explain that? You can't. You can't explain any of this shit if you're not looking at all of it. You know,
You
it
know,
just
the,
I think that's the way it is. But
a
that's
lot of
just
the
my opinion.
problems is that people want everything to fit so that they can normalize it. They can make it fit right in their brain. In the moment it doesn't fit right within that, it's not correct. And that's what a good portion of it is. A lot of it is this doesn't this isn't right to me, so therefore I'm not going to think about it, or therefore I'm
Hmm.
going to say it doesn't happen. And then we move on, and then they miss a lot of it. And then a lot of it, it's like others have said, they want to be the one with the information, and they want
Hmm.
to control what the information, how much of it gets out, and whether or not it's true or not.
Hmm. And like it's you can't normalize something that's not normal. You can't normalize cryptids. You can't normalize aliens, UFOs, stuff like that. Um, all right, Chica, take it easy. Thank you for coming. Common people can't wrap their minds around it. You're right. You are right, Chuck. Common people, or the term I use over here is NPC. But the common NPC, they can't think of they can't wrap their head around it. There are no UFOs or other advanced alien worlds because if there were, the U.S. government would have sent them billion. All right, all right, G, you got that one. I have proof there are no UFOs or other advanced worlds because if there were, the U.S. government would have sent them billions in foreign aid. You're fucking right. You're right.
Yep.
Oh damn, I like that one. But yeah, yeah. So I think that's what's going on. Like you can't all the camps and everything like that. They're just camps of Bigfooters, camps of paranormal guys, camps of UFO researchers, everything. You guys have fun trying to figure out the information you have in your little corner, right? Because until you step out of your own little sandbox in your section of investigating or whatever you do, until you step out of your own little airbox, um, and start accepting that the possibility that some of this information coincides with some of the information from some of these other fields coincides with the field that you're in, you're never going to get the full picture. You're never going to get all the information that you need to figure out and solve any of this shit. And that's all. I think that's all. Or that's all. Generally, people want to do. They want to try to figure it out. But then you got gatekeepers of information that aren't willing to share, or just they want to stay in their own little fucking bubble, and that's a detriment because, like I said, it's a tapestry, and you can't have a tapestry without all the strands, right?
Right.
Or look at the shit again. I use this analogy. Look at it as a 1,000-piece jigsaw puzzle, right? If you're missing one piece, you don't have a complete puzzle. So
But
if you're not
that,
yeah,
you can be given that piece, be it the UFO, cryptid, whatever part world, and they'll deny it
mm-hmm.
when it's right there in front of them.
I mean, they should probably walk up, slap person in their face, and they still deny it. Some of these people.
Yep.
But yeah, but yeah, the common NPC nowadays can't wrap their head around it, and if they try to wrap their head around it, they feel offended and they feel attacked because everybody needs a safe space nowadays. Boo-hoo.
Right.
Or what NPCs.
I say we stick all the NPCs in like fucking Montana or something and just build a big border.
Oh, hell no.
Over there.
Well, ruin Montana.
What's a state that nobody likes?
California.
California.
All right. We'll do an escape from California type shit. We'll stick them all in California. And then
It ain't big enough.
Detonate the fault line and let it fall off into the ocean like it's supposed to.
That'd be a whole lot of NPCs.
Oh yeah. All right. Well, let's see. What I got going here. All right, but I'm going on like 2.5 hours, guys, and I got to get up in like an hour. I got to go to work in like an hour and a half. So we gonna stop this one. Maybe we'll do another one tomorrow night, but it'll be earlier, way earlier, like maybe 6:30, 7 o'clock Eastern. But again, thank you guys for joining us on the Late Show episode number 53. Yeah, so you guys enjoy your Mondays. Try not to get too stressed out, and we'll see you on the next one.
Have a good night, everybody.
Later, everybody.